Hello, my name is Henry, and on this video we are going to talk about some investing, and we are going to look at the predictions that I made about the markets from November 5th to November 9th 2018. And those predictions that I made were about S&P 500 futures, Bitcoin versus US dollar, and Ripple, OMX 25 from Helsinki, crude oil and gold. I made those predictions on November 4th, Sunday, before the week, and those predictions can be found on my own name, on my LinkedIn page, on Twitter, Google+, and on Rosmerta Oy's Facebook page. And on this video we are going to look at also some general themes of the week, like US midterm elections. So, welcome aboard! At first, I would like to mention that make your own decisions, take care of your responsibility when making financial decisions. This is not considered to be financial advice, so make it clear for yourself. Take your responsibility and make your decisions on your own. You can always use help, but make your decisions on your own. That's the way you become a better investor in time. Okay, for this November 5th to November 9th 2018, this financial week, we had US midterm elections. And I predicted that we would have lots of volume and volatility during this week. If there would be lots of volume and volatility, that would mean that we would have some new things coming up in the market. Some unpredictability, because whenever there's unpredictability, some new events, some chaos, markets volume changes a lot. And it usually means when volume changes lots more volume, it means that lots more volatility as well. So when there are these two things, lots of volume and lots of volatility, it means that the market is expected to move a lot. But it didn't happen just like that. There was quite smooth rise S&P 500 futures this week, almost all the week. The last week was a little bit of a drop, but on the early week I predicted that we would go up to $2,800. We got there, but then I expected that there would be a midweek drop just because of the elections. I expected there to be some sort of a trouble because before the elections there were lots of rumors about rigging votes, and some of the voters were not let in to vote. But that didn't really interrupt neither of the parties, neither the Democrats or neither of the Republicans. I expected that to happen, that we would have some sort of fiasco or chaos. But it didn't happen. What really happened? That both parties won. They declared to be a winner, and that smoothed out this market. I expected that this would be some sort of a clash between Obama and Trump after the elections. But it went very smoothly. Market rose very smoothly. We had a little bit of a correction during midweek, what I expected, but I expected that to be to 2,600 at least, but it didn't happen. So it was very smooth, little correction and then up. And this prediction that it would go up after midweek was correct. Okay, how about Bitcoin and US dollar? Bitcoin versus US dollar. First, I predicted that Bitcoin would go up to 6,500. It got there and then down to 6,248. Well, it was about 130 points away from the target. It actually got down to $6,392. So there was a correction after that. Then I predicted that it would go up to closer to the 6,500. It got to 6,454. So there was this model. Why this pattern was happening? We have had this pattern almost all the time. So markets are expecting in this Bitcoin market something to happen. When we have this bottom level, which is from the if we consider in Bitcoin, is about 6,200, and we have this upper level 6,500. It goes between these lines, and when it goes for weeks, then we are expecting something to happen in the future. And this is usually quite an easy prediction to make if there isn't happening something unpredictable. So what would be the unpredictable cause for Bitcoin markets when we're talking about election week? Well, we didn't have really that sort of movements at all, or that sort of elements that would shake Bitcoin markets. Bitcoin was not talked in the midterm elections, probably not at all. So what about Ripple? I expected Ripple to have a counter movements when we're compared to the Bitcoin, because there was some rumors about that Ripple was not in that good condition what is to be expected. So I expected Ripple to go down closer to 45 cents. It didn't. Actually, Ripple followed Bitcoin quite closely. So more of an upward movement week. Early week up and then midweek down. There was in the early week some hesitation about the movement that it would go down, but the support level for Ripple at 46 cents was very strong. So it actually didn't get lower, but more of an upward movement week. Later week there was a down, but OMX 25 Helsinki, I expected that it would early week it would go up closer to the 4,100. It actually got up to 4,035 euros, and then I expected to go down in the midweek to 4,000. It got there, and then up, and it got there too. On crude oil, I expected crude oil has had a very difficult times in these later weeks, so I expected early week would go up, and then we'd go down during midweek. We got both of these predictions were right, but I expected more of an upward move, more of a good news for crude oil finally, but we didn't get them. It was down week after that. And gold, I expected gold to go down to $1,210, just because during this week it was expected to be lots of upward movements, lots of volume and volatility, what I expected. It really didn't happen on the volume and volatility, but gold still got down to $1,210. So what can we learn about these elections weeks? One thing is for sure, you cannot really predict for certain what is going to happen. But what we learned from these elections that both of the parties won. Markets like that. Market likes these speeches after the elections that we won. Both of the parties won. But what is going to happen after that? Usually markets may have a correction movement. Now we had lots of up movement, then we had a correction movement, and we started this correction movement in the latter part of the week. So it is nice to see what is going to happen, because what is expected to happen in the future. We are now in November, and if some decisions are to be made, they have to be made on November and the early part of the December, because a lot of the working force in public offices are on vacations from the latter part of December to January. So don't expect usually any major decisions happen during that time. So that's why usually the normal calendar for the year is quite important. Don't expect anything rash to happen usually on August, because people are on vacations, and on December to January, because the same thing as well. People are taking taking some time with their family and taking a vacation and on holidays. Okay, hope you learned some new things about this video. If you want to contact me, you can find me on my own name on Twitter, LinkedIn, Google+, and on my company name, Rosmerta Oy, from Facebook page. And on Finnish audience, you can contact me on opilakia.fi. And that's about it. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking this video. See you in the next video. Bye bye. Calling out your name, love, do you feel the same, love?